Welcome to the introduction to Shield, a revolution in spam filtering for the end user. I would like for you to try to watch this video all the way to the end because it's going to explain how to use the new spam filter because you are in charge and you need to know how to use it. It is both easy to use and intuitive, but it has a bunch of advanced features. So if you watch to the end, you are going to set yourself up for success. First, let's talk about spam filtering in general. Obviously, as your email administrator, I want to protect you from malicious content and I want to free your mailbox up from distracting and non-productive emails. Everyone is trying to get into your email inbox, from the spam people, which we already do a good job of blocking, to, those deals or marketing people that are trying to reach you that maybe are not the best use of your time. But obviously, spam filtering is broken. It has been broken. It's my number one complaint. People complaining about not getting emails or not knowing why emails are going through. And productivity suffers when the spam filtering ecosystem is not working well. In addition to that, spam filtering and security filtering needs to protect you from malicious emails, emails containing ransomware viruses, emails containing phishing attempts, and so on. So, for the longest time, I've been looking for a product that fixes all of the pain points, and I think that I found the product. And I think that this is going to be the product. So, stick around. I'm going to explain how it works, explain how you can use it, and show you some of the advanced features. Let's get into it. So right here, what you can see is my mailbox. I'm using webmail in Outlook, but really this works across any mail client, even on your mobile phone, iPads, your Mac Mail, Outlook for the desktop, or whatever client you're using, it will all work the same way. This new spam filtering system uses AI and it's going to learn from you. So once I enable it on your mailbox, which for you should be happening soon if it hasn't happened already, it is going to look through your entire email history and it's going to learn who you've emailed with in the past, who has emailed you, where their emails ended up, and it's going to initially train itself on that. Then going forward, it's going to be reaching out every so often and presenting you with some prompts as it goes, helping you to refine it. And the way that you interact with it will make your spam filter or your shield filter better. It is building something we call a trust network for each user. So for you, it is going to build a custom trust network to figure out how to handle your emails. So there are a couple ways to interact with the system. One of the ways that I'm going to tell you about first is the most basic way, and that is going to be for most people, that might be the way they want to interact with it. There's going to be the recommended way, and I'll show you how to do that. And then I'm going to show you a couple of advanced features. So let's first start off with introduction to the way that the folders are organized in this new system. What you're going to notice is you have two new folders. They're right here under your inbox, bundled and review. In addition to that, the system works on five folders, six actually. It works on your inbox, it works on bundled, it works on review, it works on deleted items, and it works on junk items in your email mailbox. In addition to that, it also works on your in-place archive, which you should all have. And this is basically emails that are older. It will put them in the archive for you. So the easiest way to interact with this system is to simply drag messages from one folder to another folder. Let's say you're in your inbox and you see an email from someone that you didn't want to receive. You can drag that to junk mail. The AI working on the back end will automatically see that and it will know, okay, that person, they should usually go to junk mail. The same thing, you can drag them to the deleted items. If you drag them to the deleted items folder, it's going to learn that that is where that person needs to go. The system is going to interact with you a couple times a day or when you get a message from a new sender. So if you've worked with quarantine emails in the past, you got a quarantine email once or twice a day, you would go through there and look at that system and you would see the emails and you would figure out if you wanted them to be blocked or whatever. This is a similar sort of a system, or it's going to send you an email 3 times a day with something called bundled. So if you think about bundled, bundled is like when you're getting the mailman show up to your door at your house. He might put your regular mail like normal, but then he might bundle all the marketing pieces from the shops and junk mail into a bundle with an elastic band. And he will give that to you together. You obviously will pick it up, you'll go through your regular mail, and then if you have time, you might unbundle those marketing messages and go through that. That's what's happening here. So things that Shield thinks are not necessarily that important, it's going to put them into a bundled email. Everything else it's going to put into your recommended folder, into your inbox, or into one of the other folders based on your preferences. Every time you get an email from a new person for the first time, and Shield has never seen them before, and its AI can't determine what to do with them, it's going to send you an email saying, hey, you've got a first time sender. And it you don't need to look at that right away. You can look at that at the end of the day, like your bundled emails, but obviously you're going to want to look at that probably more frequently because that might be a new client or a new customer, or it could be something important. So I'm going to show you right now that those emails that are the first time senders, they're going to be in our review folder right here. And the bundled emails, this is going to be where the bundled emails are. When you get these, you're going to get an email from Shield, and this is what it's going to look like. And it says you have some new first-time senders, and this updates live. So right now there are 5 uptime senders in here. This is what bundled email look like. It says we have some bundled emails. So these are in here. You can see I've got my first time senders or items that need my review. And then we've got the bundled emails right here. Um, if we go to these emails and we open this first time senders, it's going to show us the first time senders and give us the ability to control how these people will interact with us in the future. So once you make these determinations, you are training the AI, and you only need to do this once per first time sender because you're letting it know what to do with that person going forward. So obviously I have a customer here and I have the trust or the silence buttons real prominent. If I hit trust, it's going to go to my inbox and that person will be trusted. If I hit silence, this person's going to go to my junk mail. But there are other options as well. So if I hit this little drop down button, I can get the deliver immediately option, or I can trust them but have them sent to the bundled emails. So maybe that's something I don't need to see all the time, but I want to check it once a day and I can go through the bundled emails and look at those. And I'll show you bundled emails in a little bit. Obviously with silence, you also have the option to choose where this person goes. So if I just hit silence, it's going to go to junk. But if I do the drop down, I can choose to send it to my archive folder or directly to trash. Maybe you're getting promotional emails and you really don't care that they go, that you see them, but occasionally you want to see them. So, or you might want to, maybe it's an update from your sprinkler system that says that the sprinkler went off today. You really don't want to keep those. But if you want to know whether it went off last week, you can quickly search the trash and see if they're there. But if it gets deleted out of the trash, it's not going to be too much of a problem. Then that's where you would choose that right here. Once you do that, it's going to learn and do that going forward. So for instance, for this user, I want to get this in my inbox. I'm going to choose deliver immediately. The system is gone, and that will go into my inbox going forward. If we go back here and look at this, you can see that immediately that message has been moved into my inbox, and this number has gone down. Like I said, the other way to do this is to simply drag the message. So if we drag Armando in here and the property management, I'll probably like drag that to bundled. Then in just a matter of seconds, this will be gone. So if we go back here, I'm just going to go back to our um, first time senders, which is right here, and open this up again. And this will be, now you see it's already moved those and they're gone. and I've just got these items to deal with. So you can do it either way. You can use the web interface, but you can also just drag the messages. It does the same thing as training the system. Now let's look at bundled emails. I'm going to go ahead and just close these real quick. So if we go to bundled emails, this is like your spam filter. So when we open up your bundled emails, and I haven't checked these in a while, so there's 4 of them. Basically, you can ask to remind you later, or we can just start going through them. This is one of the places where AI is involved. AI is going to look at that message and it is going to give you a synopsis of the message right here, which is not what the message says. It is the summary that AI has given for you. And so basically I can tell without even opening the message that this is what the message is about. But if I click on the message, I can then see the whole message if I want to. Now I have the option to move it to inbox, or I can just leave it in bundled and hit done. And then that message is now done. And it'll move us to the next one. Again, this is another one. It's basically giving me the synopsis of the message, as you can see, and I can do done. But I don't have to. Right here, this is another synopsis, and I can hit done with this as well. As we're doing this, the bundled folder right here has been reduced. And the ones that are left as bundled are still in here, but they've been reduced and not moved into the inbox. Same thing as if I just take one of these and mark it as read, it will also mark it as done here. If I want to open the full email, I can open it here. But basically, here's what there it is. I can see it. This one is pretty detailed, so you can kind of see what it says. But here is the synopsis, basically giving you an idea of what's in the email. So this is bundled. And now that it's done, my bundled emails have been addressed. That's an easy way to deal with emails that are not critical. So that's bundled and that's reviewed emails. If we go to the Shield, which you can get to by typing in shield.security in the address bar, or you can usually get to it from any one of these windows by just closing this. This is your main Shield window. This is where you can do some of the more important things. So for instance, you can see a total number of messages, how many were silenced, how many were in the inbox. Right here, I have 2 first-time senders to review because we didn't finish that. In the trust network changes, you can kind of see what I've done with all of these people. And we can go in here and adjust the trust. So we can open this up. We can find someone like one of my other clients, and we can go in and change the way AI is treating this customer. So for instance, right now, this customer is trusted and they go immediately to my inbox. If I wanted to, I could silence them and have them go to archive or to trash. Or I could trust them and I can have them go to bundled. So I can make the determinations here and the changes are live. And you can see right here that the first email that I received is on this date. This is obviously going to be the date that Shield is activated. And this is a new service. So we activated it for ourselves in September for trial, in internal use. And then you can see how many they've sent, how many we've sent to them, and if there are any files that are shared, that those are here. This is obviously from my trust network. Um, those people, we may not have emailed anything directly. So that's also available right here on Trust Network. We can go in here and access, like here. I guess I don't have any right there, but that's how the Trust Network works. Um, Bundler right here. You can set the schedule when you want to receive the messages and what times you want to receive them, and then you can see which contacts are bundled. I think we have to go somewhere else to do that. But that's bundled emails. The third item I want to point out to you is something called VIP Pass. So if you go in here, I've created this address, which is clintvip@dfwmsp.com. This can be changed. I've edited it. I changed it to this previously. But if I give this address out to someone, they're going to bypass all of the non-security related filtering that the AI does. They'll go straight to your inbox. This is useful if you are meeting with clients and you want the clients to new clients to bypass your this sort of filtering. If you know what I do is I have another business card that has this IP or this email address on. I have my regular business card that I'll give out at trade shows because you know those trade show people, they'll put you in a database and you'll get a ton of emails. But I will keep the VIP business card and give that out to my potential customers that are going to want to do business with me so that I know they're not going to be encumbered by this spam filter system. They're going to go directly to my inbox. So that's what VIP is. Um, in addition to VIP, I want to tell you about a couple of more advanced features. So we have our incognito tab right here at the top. This is email privacy. And there are three features here that are super useful. The first one is burner addresses. So a burner address is an address that you can create for a single use or for a shopping site, and you can use that, and it will come into your. You can choose how it comes in, and then later on you can delete it. So basically, I'm going to click generate a new address right here. It's going to give me this address. If you have used Apple's hide my address feature, very similar to that. Here's the address. I can copy it and put it in there, and I can choose what happens. So obviously this one I'm saying trusted, go immediately to my inbox, but I might want it to go to bundled. Again, you're programming the AI to anything sent to this address will do these rules. Again, silence, they can go to archive or trash right out the gate. Um, and so when you're using the system, it'll tell you that it's been created, how many times it's been used, so on. If you're like, let's say you go to buy a pair of shoes from a shopping site, you use one of these addresses, you might notice that you're getting a ton of emails from them, and really you only bought one pair of shoes and you don't need to get ongoing emails from them. You can burn the address. You can burn it, or you want to keep the address, but you don't want to see those emails, then let's just silence them and send them straight to trash. You've still got the email. If you go shopping at the site again, you can easily use that and then just check your trash for any emails they send you, like a password reset or an order email, something like that. So that is really helpful. But also later on down the road, if they've been abusing this email address and inundating you with emails, you can then just burn it. And you click burn and it's gone. And then from then on, they will just be silenced. In addition to that, you can also edit the email address to make it something easier for you to work with, and you can give it a nickname and also set an expiration date. Maybe you're going out to something, a trade show again, and you don't want to receive emails after 2 weeks. You can set that expiration date, and after that, it won't work anymore. So that's Burner. In addition to Burner, and I'm going to go back over here, we've got block trackers. This you don't have to do anything with. It just automatically blocks people from tracking whether you opened emails and whether you saw it. And this is the list of the trackers, and it'll take you to the message where the tracker was embedded into the email. And I'm going to talk more about X-ray in a second, so I'll come back here. But basically, this is a privacy feature. The final thing is locked messages. You can lock any message, and when you lock it, you won't be able to see it. I'm going to show that to you in a second because what I want to show you right now is the heads up display. And this is the final part of the security features of this system. So for instance, if we're gonna go over here to Chase, I'm working with him on a deal, and in my emails, we're seeing this heads up display right here. It should automatically be on. But basically, this at a glance will be at the top of all of your emails, and it's immediately going to show you stuff about this email. So obviously, the bolt right here means that he's trusted and he goes straight to my inbox. The flag means that it was sent from the US. The orange right here means that AI thinks that this is a bundled email, probably because of the content. And then these two items mean that the email is safe. It's signed and it's authorized. If we click onto this HUD, it'll take us into the email. You can do this on any email that you receive. Right away, you're going to get a look at the email, the full email in a safe space. There are no links work here. None of the attachments work. So basically, it's a safe place to review it. You can also see that if you hold your mouse over these icons, it's going to tell you what it is that they what they signify. And there's many more of these. If you scroll down, you can see it'll give you more explanation for those icons, and you can click through and see exactly more details about these emails. This gives you the ability to see, is this a malicious email? Is this truly from the person that sent it to me? Should I trust this email? In addition, right here, sent from, this is going to give you in this little map, it's going to show you where we think the actual person is located. And this is super important for you to know if you're getting an email from, the managing partner of your business, but it's coming from Russia, that would obviously be a red flag. So looking at this email, if we go to links, it's going to show me the links that are in this email, as well as if there are any redirects. And if we click on these links, we can actually open them up in a safe window so that we can see what's going on. So I'm just going to go back to, let's go back to that. And if we go back down to links, we can see the links. We can see this has been redirected. Um, we can click on these. These, it says, are spoofed because it's not going to the place that it says. Not necessarily a bad thing. So that is the HUD. And when we're looking at the HUD, I actually want to just show you, if you go up here to your profile, you can see the HUD glossary, which I'm going to pull up. And the HUD glossary shows you all of the different things that will be denoted with icons. As you work with the system, you're going to get to see the the icons, and you'll know by the color. Green is good, yellow is a potential problem, red is bad. And certain red icons will not allow you to, access features of that email because obviously, like if it's a virus, you're not going to be able to open that. Same thing with the risk guides. The colors will show you kind of what the colors mean. Every single message will have a HUD on it or a heads up display. And as you get to working with the emails, you're gonna see you're gonna get to know more about them. In the webmail, it doesn't show images right off the bat, so that's why these are hidden, and I have to trust the sender to see the HUD. But in Outlook and in your mail clients on your mobile devices, you're going to see those HUDs displayed. This is also where you can see any files that are linked to the message. They'll be here. You can see the details about the message, and you can see the timeline of the message. These are just troubleshooting things. You may never look at these. The final feature is lockbox. So for instance, this message right here, I might want to lock it. And when I lock it, which it'll just take a second to do that, it is now secure in my mailbox. If we step off of this and come back here, this message, which should refresh, it usually takes a second. Let's see. Okay, so see here, this message is now locked. So this is what a message will look like. Takes a couple seconds. This is good if you have important information in your email, like an email message, and you want to keep it and it has sensitive information, but you don't want someone that if they break into your mailbox, they get your password or someone sees your message, you don't want them to get that information. This is what will happen. And you can unlock it by going into the message itself, or you can click unlock right here to unlock the email. You obviously have to enter a code to unlock it, which is texted to you. And then the message is then unlocked in your mail client. And it takes a second, so it's not going to show up right here. So that is spam filtering. One final thing I want to show to you, and that is how to search your own email. So before, if you wanted to know, did I receive a message from this guy? You would call us up, we'd look it up, and we'd say, oh yeah, you received a message, they sent it this way, it was blocked or whatever. Well, that is all in your hands now. So you can search. We can search for you, we can help you with any problems with your email, but you can also do it yourself. So if we go to Spotlight right here, this will search any emails you've sent or received in the system. So for instance, here are messages that I've recently sent. If I click this, we can see all the messages I sent, when they were sent, what's happening to them, if they were delivered, if they're in the sent items. Obviously, for some people, that in transit may not show as being delivered, although this one right here was delivered. If we can see, this was in transit and this was delivered. We can also search for a particular sender. So let's see, we'll just do a search for right here. So I just did a search for Derek. Let's do that again. And it just takes a second. So these are going to be emails. And since I just did the word Derek, is looking for any emails that just have the word Derek in it. And I can click through to the email. I can see what the email was about. I can see the HUD right here. I can go down and get the details of the email, you know, stuff like that. So you have the ability to search your own emails and get deeper insight. One thing that I'm not demonstrating yet, just because our spam filtering on the server side is pretty good, but if you get an email that has a virus in it, has a dangerous attachment, those emails are going to be in jail. And you can request for them to be released, and then we can release them after we review them. But that should be fairly simple for you to see when you're working with the system. If we need to give some more instruction on that, later on down the road, I will go ahead and do that. So that is Shield in a nutshell. Again, to you recap, in order for you to use the advanced AI features that are in the background, you don't even need to be in this web portal. All you need to do is move messages between your inbox, your bundled folder, your review folder, your junk folder, and your deleted items folder. And by doing that, it's going to learn. But to have good control over the system, I would recommend using the review option at least and the bundled option to train the AI. And I would also recommend using the HUD, just at least paying attention to it, just to know that that email is a legitimate email. I'm wondering if I have an email from an out of the country person. I don't think so. No, I don't think I have something that's going to be from out of the country. Let's see. That's the US. Freshworks is going to be maybe some of these. No, no. See this one right here that has a negative rating right here. So this is going to be unauthorized. So this person is sending this message is not signed. That would be a red flag for us. Anyway, I would say use the system, give me feedback. This is our new Shield email system, and it's going to be taking some of the stuff we were doing on the back end and letting you control more, but also making it easy for you to control. If you have any questions about how the system works, if you need to talk to a tech or you just need a little more training, feel free to reach out to me. But I hope that this helps you become more productive and is a better spam filtering experience. We've been testing it for a while. I'm super excited about the way that it's performed. If you watched while I was moving through my mailbox, you didn't see any junk in the inbox. You didn't see a lot of senders going to the wrong folder. And as I train it and gets better, that's just going to improve. So use the system. I appreciate your time. And remember, you can always send us an email to service@dfwmsp.com for additional assistance, or you can reach out to us by phone, 888-423-5372, option one, I think. Thanks for your attention.